KFC lovers are finding it harder to buy their favourite items with fast food outlets across the state.
KFC said today, unfortunately our supply chain has been disrupted and some of our restaurants will be offering a reduced menu. Now KFC can no longer guarantee that it'll have enough chicken.
Do you know that KFC is the first international fast food chain to enter India, but in just 2 months it got shut down. When KFC was ruling the fast food industry in other countries, it had no other choice but to leave India. Well, of course, KFC is known for its fried chicken, and during the 1990s, people were afraid of Western food habits influence in India, which would hurt their sentiments and deep-rooted culture. KFC is world's second leading restaurant chain after McDonald's. Currently, KFC has more than 25,000 outlets in over 145 countries. And every day, more than 12 million customers are served at KFC's outlet around the world. Founded by Colonel Sanders, an entrepreneur who didn't become a professional chef until he was 40, didn't franchise Kentucky Fried Chicken until he was 62, and didn't become an icon until he sold his company at 75. Facing struggles in early life for earnings, he joined a small cafe as a cook and dishwasher, got hired by railway as a laborer, later worked as an insurance agent, then sold tires, even worked in lighting company trying to establish himself, but nothing worked for him. Finally, in the year 1930, he joined a permanent job at a roadside gas station where he used to cook his recipe in his free time and then sell them to people from his storehouse, which he had converted into a small restaurant later. And soon his legendary chicken dish recipe got hit for the first time. And by the year 1937, he expanded his business by employing up to 150 people at the same time. He was extremely glad to be successful in his new business, but he always looked towards expanding his production process and customers' demand. Therefore, he traveled to multiple restaurants around that area, showed the restaurant owner his chicken recipe to expand his business. During this journey, Sanders was rejected from thousands of restaurants, but he never gave up, as he was confident about his unique recipe and its taste. And finally, one day, few restaurants agreed to sell Sanders' recipe, and by the year 1963, nearly 600 restaurants agreed to sell the recipe, and Kentucky chicken was becoming famous. KFC expanded internationally. He then sold his company for just $2 million by year 1964. Even today, Colonel Sanders remains as a central part in KFC's branding, and his face still appears in their logo. His white suit and western string tie continue to symbolize delicious country fried chicken all over the world. KFC is successful for its original recipe of 11 different herbs and spices, which differentiate itself from other competitors. The original recipe for fried chicken was made by Colonel Sanders himself. Therefore, it is a right of KFC's franchise. This recipe is still a secret, which was only known to Pete Herman, a former partner of Sanders. KFC employs two different firms, Griffith Laboratories and McCormick and Company, to formulate the blend of herbs, and in order to maintain secrecy, each firm is given a different half of the recipe. Once the Griffith portion has been formulated, it is sent to McCormick and combined with the remaining ingredients there. The time factor plays a vital role in KFC's success. Usually when people go to restaurant, they expect to get their food as early as possible. Sanders understood this and started using pressure cooker to make food ready to eat faster, which became their USP. What was started by Sanders as a way to capitalize his chicken recipe has now become one of the most famous chicken brand of the world, with its tagline, "It's finger licking good." While KFC was establishing its foothold globally, it had to face hard challenges from Indian market and consumers. But why? KFC was the first foreign fast food brand to enter India by 1990s after India implemented economic liberalization policy. At that time, KFC received permission to open only 30 outlets across the country. The first KFC outlet in India was opened in Bangalore. In 1995, there were a lot of protests and the outlet was repeatedly attacked by the protesters. To handle the situation, KFC even had a policeman outside KFC Bangalore's outlet for almost a year. Another KFC outlet was opened in Delhi in the same year, but combined revenue of both the outlet was not sufficient enough to make KFC run its operation in India. KFC did not gain popularity because Indians were afraid that Western culture would take over, affecting their deep roots and will influence their Indian tradition and cultures. Anti-KFC movements also accused KFC of using illegally high amounts of monosodium glutamate, which is harmful to health. Also, the anti-KFC movements claimed that KFC sold food that was cooked and fried in pork fat. Owing to these accusations, KFC had to leave the Indian market. Many people has misconception that KFC only sells fried chicken. But in true sense, it has added a number of vegetarian items on its menu like veg singer, veg rice bowls and veg strips to win Indian hearts. Despite facing rejection from consumers, KFC did not lose hope in the Indian market. Instead of eliminating India from its venue of operation, it analyzed the problems faced by KFC in India and worked hard to resolve them. And once again, KFC returned to the country in 1999 and set up its second outlet in Bangalore. Until 2004, KFC operated only one outlet in India. As the sole outlet started making money, KFC expanded its operation throughout the country, and today KFC operates more than 350 outlets across the country. But how did KFC manage to make a global impact and got established as the world's second leading fast food chain? The reason lies in its strategy. KFC uses an undifferentiated targeting strategy as it has the same food menu as all other fast food restaurants of the world. With the passage of time, KFC started to create different types of menus after having a competition with McDonald's. Now they have menus according to the preference of their customers and the market in which they are operating. KFC sells variety of preparation in chicken like chicken wings, chicken popcorn, chicken burger, chicken rice bowl, chicken strips and many more. The company is present in and around the world and they have a different menu for different countries to satisfy the taste buds of the people and be familiar with their tongue. And because of top chicken menu, it is present in the minds of food lovers. It has no comparison when it comes to non-veg, and this is the reason why most of the non-vegetarians love to visit KFC. It is the best in quality control, which starts from very beginning while choosing the raw materials in manufacturing factories, the cleanliness, nutritional factors and the process of making. Even the delivery to the outlet is kept under a constant check, and accordingly, to keep a quality check on its chicken hygiene, KFC India sources its chicken from one single supplier, that is Winkies. A tagline can be as powerful as a business. KFC is not only known for its best chicken but also for its tagline, that is its finger licking good, that shares the tastiest chicken it serves. But KFC dropped its 64-year-old tagline during COVID-19 as it was against the required hygiene. Globally, the fast food industry was severely hit by the pandemic and outlets were closing down. But KFC continued to set up more outlets in India, and before COVID-19 it had more than 450 outlets. But during 2 years it added only 30 more outlets operating in more than 130 cities in India. KFC is trying out edible serving bowls in India to make its products more eco-friendly. Edible products will be made out of tortillas, freshly cooked every day, that will replace the plastic options. KFC brought a revolution in the world of food lovers. They are constantly striving for good quality products. It aims to retain its brand value and the faith of customers in today's world. KFC occupies a strategic position in the market as it is a profitable business with maximum returns. However, the entire positioning is based upon one single secret recipe, which if copied by one of its competitors can cause severe damage to the brand. Therefore, the business though is profitable but risky too. But every business comes with certain amount of risk. Remember, what I personally feel is KFC should try and differentiate its products on other lines other than only chicken to capture other segments in the fast food industry. So what are your thoughts on KFC's business in India? And how do you like KFC's chicken? Comment in the section below. And one thing is for sure, don't forget to subscribe this channel to keep updates with all the new brands or the old ones that are around us.